This is a video about 2 collaborations that I did with some really good toy photographers, all put together by voidstudiosgt. I got to use my 2 employees only Christmas gift versions for these. I'm going to go through and I'm going to review what I like about each image and talk about the composition and how they put it together and things. Void Studios is a really good toy photographer. He does a lot of stuff with Skylanders, but also a lot of Pokemon. I love how he's able to take a lot of these shots and make them look really cool and kind of disguise the platforms that they're on in his shots. In fact, here's his from the collaboration, and I think that's a good one to start with. He also puts together these images of all of our shots, so when we collab, we have a nice display of everything. So I love the blur effect that he's got going on here. He's kind of taken the whole background. I think he does a lot of his shots in front of a screen. I could be wrong. I love how all of the motion blur lines look really cool. You've got good placement in the scene. I love the separation here between these rocks and then the blue right here. Everything just is placed really nicely in the scene. Oh, now that I zoom in, I see maybe he might not be doing it in front of a screen. It looks like there might be a little bit of matting there. If I may do a little bit of criticism, maybe that could be a little bit smoothed out. But I love how he has this guy down here. I think that's the puppet from the Christmas version of the puppet bad guy. I forget his name. I'll put it on screen. I love this figure. It's so action shot. Oh, you know what this matting is? At least at the bottom, it's where he cut out the base of it. Oh yeah, and look, he added motion blur to the actual propellers too. That's really cool. And I love the composition drawing the eyes looking at the figure like this. Really great shot overall. I love it. So next in this we have Dan.figures. He does a lot of Pokemon as well. In fact, here's this Giovanni. I just ordered this, I got it at home now, so I'm really excited to start shooting that. It's really cool pictures on his page. Check him out. So I love the words here, the ha 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 ha. It's really cool. It's got some little bit of reflection down here on the floor. It looks like he built kind of a cool set together. I see that Crash is kind of over here. Composition wise, this character right here, is that another Crash? It's kind of colliding with the rest of the image a little bit, so it's a little bit confusing to me. I would like to see this shot without that figure in the background and maybe a little bit more of Crash in it, and I think that would really clear it up. But a great shot overall. I love seeing all the light wrapping around this smooth head of his. It looks like nice quality plastic. Paint job on it's pretty good. I think I've loved all the paint jobs on all of my Skylanders. I've never had any that were really bad. I love the green edge lighting here that's kind of coming from the green lighting over here, some lens flares. Really nice shot overall. I love the kind of tilted perspective as well. Up next is Poketrail. Poketrail, as the name may suggest, does a lot of Pokemon stuff. Love this Oshawott in the waves. Or it's snow. I thought it was waves at first. A lot of these are snow. That's really cute. Alright, here's Poketrail's shot. Pretty nice and simple. Just got some smoke effects. I can't tell if those are real or brushes in Photoshop. I love the way that they added in kind of like a glow to all the light core effects, because this is one of the light core from the Giants series, so it lights up when you put it on the platform. And is the skull usually there, or is that photoshopped in? Let's see. When I take it back, this is not the light core hex, this is just the regular hex. And yeah, the skull isn't there. Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was photoshopped or not. It's a really cool effect. I usually don't like the humanoid figures in Skylanders that much, like the elves. But yeah, this is a great picture. Nice negative space all around. Really good stuff. Oh look, another person with the Giovanni that I was talking about how I just ordered. Well, let's look at Nick Figures page then. Looks like a lot of Power Rangers. See some Samus. A little bit of Pokemon. Street Fighter. Here you see this giant tree Rex. That's right, the one that came with the game. Probably the most common one because it came in the package. Yeah, I love the use of negative space here. I like the really tight field of view. You got it nice and sharp on the face, and then blurry. That's really great with a Skylanders Giants figure because they're so big. If you pull in the depth of field so that it kind of differentiates different parts of the figure from itself, that's really cool. It really gives off the scale of what it is. Just like a lot of the others, did a good job at hiding the base pretty well. Yeah, somebody says Tree Rex looks so mighty. Yeah, because I think not just the setup of the figure, kind of down low and looking up toward it, but the way that they photographed it with their settings and everything really made it nice. If I can criticize, I might have darkened this up a little more in Photoshop, just because I think it kind of stands out as a different color or different value from the rest. I really like the highlights coming through on here, especially when you get all these nice swirly parts of the tree here. There's some really cool landscape here. I think if you had more landscape like this right here, it would have been really nice and tight it together because these rocks here frame it pretty well. And then this also frames it well, but I just feel like it's the color that's a little distracting to me. If you had a shape that kind of was the same type of rocks here, you could maybe even use the new AI tools to do that. I think that would be a really nice framing of the shot because then you have that here as well. Everything in here. Look at all these nice lines of the figure. It's almost like the posing of the figure itself has all these great composition lines driving your eye into the center of the face, which is really fantastic. Unfortunately, I can't find the figure shots of this guy. Yeah, there's only 6 names here. Alright, so I guess I'm not going to review this one, but really cool fire effects. I love the sparks in the background. Awesome stuff. Now this one, I love this dragon. Dig Dug Trio. Probably another Pokemon photographer. I think a lot of us shoot Pokemon. There's some Banjo-Kazooie. Oh yeah, Pokemon. I love these diorama sets that you can get. I have one of them. I have the tree one. Yeah, this is really cool. I love the moon in the background. I love this figure. The paint job, how it has a little bit of sparklies. Super fun. Nice to get those highlights on it. I'd love to see a little bit more highlights, like even if they were a little bit artificial, kind of painted in. It'd be really cool to stand out. Composition-wise, I think there's a little bit empty right here. Oh, you know what would be a great crop? This. Forget the moon. Look at that. That's sick. That's like a cinematic 16:9 aspect ratio. I do like the propping. I think the propping, because these lines are a little bit intersecting with each other in this way, there's a few lines that go the same way. I'd be interested in seeing that prop right there, like this moon shape. What if it was like that? That would be way cool. Because then you have like opposing directions of lines. So you have this line going this way and this going like that. It creates more of a contrast of elements in the shot. Whereas I feel like these curves kind of going the same way as the curves of the figure are kind of getting the image a little bit confused there for me. But once again, great setup with not having the base there, just like everybody else. I think I'm one of the only ones who left the base in. It really makes these look more like statues or characters instead of just toys that are being photographed with a base. I love the colors too. The purples and the blues really go well with this figure. So this is a Christmas Stormblade. It's a employee exclusive that a friend gave to me, and I actually shot it on my Pokemon Forest set. I have a video on my channel showing how I made the Pokemon Forest set. This was shot with my phone. Both of the Skylanders collabs I did was shot with my phone just because I was running out of time to do them. I didn't really do a big setup with everything in it. I think there's not a lot of contrast of colors in the scene. Everything's very green. If I were to do this again, I'd do it in a setting that contrasts more with this. As I record this, I'm in a place where there's snow, but when I shot this, it was down where it's very hot there's no snow, so I had to set up a set. Would have been nice to make some fake snow or something. I think that could have been really good, especially since I didn't get rid of the base like a lot of other people did. I could have integrated kind of some white snow around with this swirly white here. Void Studio says, flexing one of the rare Skylanders ever. Yeah, let's see how much this costs. It's out of box, because I always take my toys out of boxes. I don't collect them for that purpose. Wow, is that really all? Only one comes up under shopping? Let's look at Christmas Stormblade value, see what I got. Volume is 4 sales per year, so it's kind of hard to do. Yeah, it's at a loose is $108. That's a good price. Yeah, but I wouldn't give it up for anything. It's one of my favorites. I think it's a little out of focus too, because I used my phone for it, so I selected focus on the face, but you know, when I don't have my DSLR and my tripod, I don't feel like things come out as sharp as they should be. And I think I would have opened the depth of field more to include more of the figure, because especially on the edges here, I think it would be nicer if these edges were crisp, now that I'm looking back on it, to really give the sharpness of the blades here and maybe separate it from the background more, even if I had to do that in Photoshop. Keep the background blurry as it is, but add these. Now, a real missed opportunity here was I think I could have really done some photoshopping to bring up these lights here, really make them look like they were lighting up. So, things to think about for the next time. So this will be the next video that I make, reviewing our second collab. I do another one of my employee edition Skylanders, and this one was more Christmas themed. We have an Easter one in here. That's funny. So I'll be reviewing these next time, but hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know if you enjoyed it. It seems like the best video of my channel is a Skylanders video, so if I am deciding to make more Skylanders content, you gotta let me know in the comments and subscribe. Thanks for watching.